We are finishing up chapter 1 of Among the Atoms with this session, which does mean that it might be a little bit shorter. It might not. It depends on how much people decide to talk to each other. But it could be a shorter session. And if Zach's going to keep being moody, then it probably will be a shorter session. So we have, I'll do a quick recap real quick of what happened last session, just to make it back in everyone's mind. We have Zach came back from a night out. He brought a few people with him. We have one of those people being Tacklin's old friend. That definitely has one of those people being Tacklin's old friend that doesn't remember anything, but Tacklin recognized him. And so between the group of you managed to, bring him back to clarity for a minute. You also met a couple of the other people that you brought home. Halim is still with the crew after trying for sessions and sessions to leave desperately. And we left the session off with Tacklin's friend gaining his memories back for a little while, thanks to Halim, and Tacklin going to talk to him. But what we're going to do is going to have everyone introduce themselves first, and then we'll just go straight into playing, I think. So, I'm Yona, I'm the DM. That's it, I'm done. Next. I'm going to throw it straight to Josh.
I will turn the stream off. I have all the power now. Hi, I'm Josh. I play Zach. Near-human warlock bard multiclass. I also now control the production. So if there's any mistakes, it's still somehow Iona's fault, but...
We don't talk about the fact that some DMs are... That's definitely my fault.
It's okay. I'm trying to use diction when I speak.
Joe, it's your turn now.
Hi, I'm Joe. I play Tao, Blondie. A gunslinger, Vect. Big robot vibes. Glad to be playing D&D again on Saturdays. I am here, ready to do this. Dave, go for it.
Hey, I'm Dave. I play Tacklin Fireforge, your local dwarven gadgeteer / mechanic. And I just want to throw this out there. This is not an April Fool's. We are actually playing D&D. It's real. I'm happy to be here. Alright, go for it, Mike.
Hey guys, my name is Michael, also known as Bardic Dice. I'm also a little under the weather, so if I go into a coughing fit at any random moment, I really apologize. I'll try and mute myself as much as possible. But I also stream here on Twitch if you guys want to go check me out on Bardic Dice on Thursdays. Normally, we're taking a bit of a hiatus in April, but we'll probably have some other streams going on. But we do stream there on 6:30 p.m. on Thursdays, as well as the Homebrew game. It's a whole lot of fun, and you can check me out on YouTube at the VODs. But today I play Halim Akim. He is a Aviora whose daughter has unfortunately passed away. He's trying to bring her back home, do the right thing, but he's also walking away from a path that he's been set upon. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that.
And with that, we can just...
I've really just been trying to get out of this game, but they won't let me leave. So
you don't get to
like,
leave.
Cool. Saturday morning, man.
I think we can just jump straight in from there. I don't think anybody needs to wait around for anything. So let's jump back in with everyone is outside except from Tacklin, who was inside with his ex-friend or past friend or however it wants to be defined.
Ex-friend.
Ex-friend.
His top daddy.
His top daddy. That's what he would call him for sure. Cabber himself.
Sure. Let's say that. Why not?
And you guys have given him some time to talk. I don't know if you guys want to say anything outside or if you just want to skip right to when they've finished their conversation inside. That's up to you.
Zach has nothing to say to these people.
Oof.
And that's the game, guys. See you later.
Game over.
Alright, it was fun.
And then we'll just go straight to when the tackling conversation is over and he comes back out of the ship to everyone outside. As the of the door plops up for him. Plops. Yeah.
That's a new upgrade there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure I like it.
Cabra comes out. He's kind of rubbing his temple with his hand as he walks over to you guys. We good
All
now?
right. Did you get hit in the temple?
No. At least I don't
Okay.
think so. Maybe. Don't remember the last half hour.
All right.
Medically not usually good.
Did you hit me in the head? He turns around to Tacklin.
I have it all on video. So I
That
proof
doesn't
that
answer
not.
the Oh, right, okay. Thought you were recording some sort of morbid abuse.
I know we just met, but who do you think I am?
I don't know. You could be that kind of person if you're on a ship like this.
The dwarven decapitator. I've heard about him.
Yeah,
Mm.
looks different.
So is everything all right then? Everything settled?
It's fine. He can go. We're still keeping some of his things.
If you return them eventually, I don't mind.
All right. Yeah. I mean, no promises.
You just steal people's stuff, and is that just how your life is? You guys like space pirates.
You had half an intention to steal something when you came here.
Um,
I was about to say you're kind of calling the kettle the cup. I forget the phrase, whatever it is.
Fine. Fine, you can have it if you want. After a while, you're not going to need it anymore, so if you could return it. I mean, it has my studies on it, so class is going to be a bit hard.
do you have an email address we can just forward it all to?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Just like
okay.
starts writing it down on a bit of paper.
Also wasn't, and again, I apologize, it's been a little bit, so you can correct me
has.
if I wasn't part of this conversation. Does Halim know that like wasn't him just going to school cover?
Yes, but not to his unconscious mind. So he
he's still
thinks
not out of that yet.
he's gone
Okay.
back. He's reverted back to how he was before he started talking
Gotcha.
to Tacklin.
Oh.
I can go. Obviously, I'm not part of this. And he gestures to your group. I can find school books, and he starts shuffling past you all to head away from the ship.
Don't do drugs, stay in school,
Okay.
you could reach the stars.
He turns back to you, just sort of, all right, man.
Right.
Just keeps going.
Off you go.
Kind and Dammy just look to the group, and they're like, "So should we go? We should probably go with him, right?"
1 sec.
Okay.
If you two spot anything weird about him, anything at all, you message us, alright?
Weird. How?
Yeah, that's vague.
Like if he wears a different coloured shirt, do I text you? Or
Maybe sudden changes in emotion towards aggression.
alright.
Yeah, if he... I don't know, if he says he has to... I'm trying to say if he goes somewhere, like, different. I don't know. Does he have a set route he goes that he doesn't want to talk about? Like, oh, I have to, go somewhere.
I mean, he lives alone, so anytime after school, we kind of just don't know where he is. But I just assume, like everyone else, he goes home and sleeps, and then comes back to school. You know,
Right.
Maybe he goes somewhere else though. I could track him if you want.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
Do that.
I mean, I'm not this. Like, I'm not a spy. He might notice me, but I
Oh,
could
practice makes perfect.
I could just try and pretend that I want to sleep over. Maybe I could pretend I have a crush on him,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and then get him to invite me to his house.
Perfect. Honeypot. The honeypot. I like it.
No, no, no. Don't lure him in with false love.
No. What if he turns into real love though? What about that?
Yeah.
Good for you two. Just don't do it under the false thing.
Right. Okay. I'll just try to get a sleepover then.
Also,
All
don't
right.
follow him too much. If someone did this to him, we wouldn't want them to do it to you.
So follow him enough to know where he goes, but don't follow him
Mhm.
so much that someone else will notice that I'm following him where he goes.
Have you ever played video games where you follow people and it has you walk behind them and they have this notification aura? If you get too close,
Yeah, I'm really
do
bad at
that. But don't get too close, you know?
I'm not very good at those games. I always end up
Oh.
falling over like a person and then into their zone.
Got it.
It's a whole
Then
thing.
maybe then just don't.
Don't track him. Well, but then I won't be able to help you guys.
You
Okay,
could-
literally, the whole thing was just if he's acting weird,
Yes.
like off doing things he shouldn't be doing, and you
I-
hear about it, just let us know. Don't put
Right.
yourself.
Like
in
like
danger.
like the outfit thing that you said, like if he's wearing different clothes, that one, like it sounds silly, but I don't think I've seen any of these guys wear any clothes other than the ones they're currently wearing. So
She looks over your group. Maybe you guys should have a
British.
shopping trip.
I have a few of the same outfits, but it's so you don't have to choose. You know.
yes, we're all
Yeah,
like
I-
cartoon
You
characters.
get a nice 4-day rotation.
We have an
with
entire
washing.
wardrobe
Sure.
filled with the exact same outfit for every day.
Yes.
Yes.
You might be kidding, but
You do stay clean though, right? Like you have baths and showers and things in between.
No. I'm just kidding. April Fools.
I-
Yes, of course.
Oh, okay. Well, if you need a shower, my apartment has one. So, just letting you all know. If you ever come back,
Okay.
you're welcome.
Gotta elbow Zach.
Appreciate it.
It does.
Even though we're outside, Tao's gonna stand in a location that is very similar to when you're standing at a door, like waiting for someone to leave in your place. So he's giving that.
He does
They're
like
giving
the
that-
slap. Like, okay, time for you to get out of here. Can just
Tao
sort of
stands next to a barrel.
okay. Well, do you have a way of contacting you? I guess I have your number, Zach. I can
you've got
contact
my email too.
Right. So between you
Mhm.
two, if I contact either of you, it should get to everyone.
More or
Yes.
less.
All right. Well then, I'll go start following him. Kidding. And she just starts stepping away from the group, and Dami's like, "Oh, Mamit, oh, Mamit. Okay, I'll bye." Just sort of awkwardly shuffles with her.
Good luck with the sports thing.
Big thumbs up to you. And they both wander off. How dare you?
All
Get
right.
herself killed, isn't she?
They're gonna be
Maybe.
caught immediately.
Maybe don't tell random people that aren't good at things to do things that they're not good at.
How do you get good at things then?
What do they need to get good at them?
That's a
Does-
good. That's a
does
good
the-
counter argument. To be
Does
fair.
the average person follow people around when they're, brainwashed? What I mean is that we are we this is our lives, not theirs. Like she wants to be they want to be a scientist and he wants to be a therapist. Like, do we need them to risk their lives to watch people? That's what I'm saying.
They're also risking their life for a friend of theirs, aren't they?
Right.
Brainwashed or not, as much as I hate to admit it, they have known him for 6 months in that state.
Right. Okay.
They would almost be bad friends for not paying closer attention.
Hmm.
But
What you're saying is when you're friends with people,
mm,
you should put everything else in the world that matters to you aside so that you can do what benefits them the most.
Nope, don't think that's what they. I don't think that's what
no,
they
not
said.
at all.
But that is what you're saying, that if they die, then that is okay
Mm.
because they were trying to help a friend. That is literally what you just said. Their thoughts and dreams and feelings don't matter because he is not feeling good.
It's pretty extreme. I mean, about them personally, though, I don't care what happens. But
I think that makes you a bad person, right?
Neutral at best.
yeah, I'm just choosing not to occupy my mind with their goings on.
Hmm.
These are some very deep questions. Does anyone want breakfast?
I have a coffee. I'm good.
I don't eat.
Well,
I
you,
want to get going.
Alright.
Did you find anything with those messages? Searching through the datapad.
Whoever it was has definitely either cleared their tracks or didn't contact through that datapad when you guys were searching through.
Okay.
A hack or something might be able to reveal more, but right now there's nothing you guys can spot.
Zach heads back to the ship.
Okay. From down the pathway, you guys can see Vikor like slowly wandering his way back over to the ship. Bit of a sad expression.
Oh, good, you're back.
Yes. I don't know if we're friends right now.
I was with some friends lately.
Well, because he sent me down the path. And then,
Oh, right, I did that.
just kind of mean. You could have just said, go away.
I could have. Tal will look at Vikor like they're about to say something to Vikor and put a hand on Vikor's shoulder and then just take the hand off and walk back onto the ship.
He just looks down to where the hand was, like, whoa. I think we forgave each other. I think that's what happened right there.
Who has the data pad?
Either you or Halim has it because you stayed outside and Zach's walked
Okay.
back onto the ship. So let's say you.
Okay, cool. As I'm walking back onto the ship, looking down at the data pad, trying to remember if I know how to hack at all. But I would like to try to the limited ability that Tal may have.
Okay. Then I think the easiest way to do that is just to have you roll an intelligence check and see how well
Okay.
you do.
Okay.
I'll cast enhance ability on him.
Okie dokie. So that gives him advantage?
Yeah.
Can I be new just to see how it goes for him?
Sure.
Okay. Intelligence.
Ding. Ooh.
Is that real?
Is that real? Wait, what are your stats?
Yeah, he has a -1, that's real.
That's real. You rolled a 1 and a 0, but the 0 doesn't matter because it would have been the first roll anyway.
Oh my god. Really?
Yeah,
Did you do a roll D1 hack on me like you did earlier?
You
Says
rolled,
D20, that's real, I'm sorry.
yeah, you rolled a 2 -1 and then a 1 -1. You love to see it. Well,
Well,
so
well.
Tao just sort
I
of
hold
like
the data
starts.
pad and I'm like, I locked it. Does anyone? I hit the side
Oh,
button on accident.
I lean over and I
That
just
happens to me all the time.
Slide it open.
Never locked. It's just gone. The screen's just gone off.
Yeah, I usually just call my daughter. No, never mind. I think
Oh.
you should be able to. I'm sure you can figure it out.
Are we leaving now, by the way? Should we go and get her?
Yeah. Yes, I think so, if that's what the captain wants.
We're going? Okay, okay. And he
Yes.
turns around in the doorway and starts heading back out again.
Let me know what you find. I'll go walk with Vico.
With your one roll, you can't find any more than you already found by just clicking through apps and
Sure.
opening texts and being like, interesting, and then
It's,
closing it again.
since you rolled a 1 and not like a nat 1, it's not like you gotta wait 24 hours before trying again.
No, he
Like
hasn't
locked.
he hasn't messed it up so bad that it's irreplaceable or undoable. He just locked the screen, unlocked it, and then started typing in like hack ... text messages, and then it didn't do anything.
He's a
Type
robot,
the
so he probably
dots.
couldn't choose all the bus photos.
Yeah.
And he
Right.
passed that screen.
He's like, this one looks like a bus. On the way back to the temple, there is very little of note that happens. People are going about their mornings, they're getting their breakfasts, they're busying themselves. And as you get there, the priests that have kind of been looking over the bodies just gently let you in with a bow of their head because they've seen you there before, and gesture sort of over to where Halima's body has been laid. And Vicor's like, okay, so are we picking it up together? Do you want me to hold it?
Logistically, whatever's easier for you.
He starts pulling it out of the slot and then like balances it. He's like, I guess it would probably be easier if both of us carry it just in case one of the sides dips.
Yes,
But-
of course.
Okay. And he starts walking backwards. He's like, you're going to have to guide me, though. I can't see.
Of course. And like runs his hand against the craftsmanship of the coffin that they made, and then kind of goes and picks one side, and he'll help guide Vicor.
It is very well made. It is very smooth, and it has like that kind of mahogany finish, but it doesn't have any fancy engravings or anything like that on it. And generally speaking, you bump into a couple of people because Vicor is bulky and hides a lot of people behind him as he's walking, but nothing ridiculous. People just kind of get frustrated and then move out of the way. And Vicor is just like, oh, so sorry. Sorry about this. We are trying to move through. If you can make space, that'd be great.
He's not even worried. He's sure the second they see the coffin, they're like,
Yeah.
all right.
People immediately start being like, oh shit, all right, and bury out of the way.
Guess next time, Vicor, we need to get you like a siren that has like a backing.
Yes,
You
I put it on the top of my head like a hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, he starts thinking about that and like deeply as you're walking back to the ship. He's like,
Think
Like
about
a
it when we're
lot.
done. Yep.
lot,
When we're
right.
done afterwards.
right,
Yep.
of course. And you
Right.
guys get back to the ship, put it down in the central room, and then he sits down. He's like, so am I coming with you guys? What is your actual plan here? We're going to take Halim home, right? Are you all staying there? Are you all coming back here? Am I staying on the ship? What?
I think all that we have figured out so far is making sure Halim is sorted. Then we'll figure it out from there.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, Halim is going home. Then our captain has something on, what was it? He said that, right?
There's a planet past, I think, that he said he
Nyx.
wanted to go to.
Right. That was it.
You
I've
want
got
to,
something I want to do, but that can wait.
where is that? Is that on this Nix or somewhere else?
I don't know where it is.
Okay.
I'll find out. Don't worry about it.
Um,
I do believe, I may be wrong about this, it feels like it's been months, but I think Halim said that he was going to take you in the sepulchre to keep an eye on you and to help out, but I could be wrong about that.
I would be
Definitely
happy.
offering that.
Okay, that's great. I would love to do that. I just didn't want to force myself into your life with everything, you know.
No, you couldn't do that.
Once we're
I'm glad you
done, I could drop Tau and Takunov wherever they want.
Great.
Yeah, I could do my research anywhere. And having Tacklin close to discuss what the reset is or was is probably most beneficial, at least for me.
So, like, you two are going to be on the same planet then?
Yeah, it sounds right for now.
And then what's like you're just going to fly around?
I have business on Nyx, like I said.
And you sure you don't want a mechanic?
The ship doesn't really break down, it's a creature.
Well, hasn't
Right.
broken down yet.
Right, I
Move
forgot.
on.
It's organic. I'm essentially obsolete in that case.
Well, not
I
some of
mean-
the new parts that have been integrated, right?
Yeah, that life support.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need life support.
I was just about to say that.
Hmm.
Oh, emo.
You're gonna want life support if you ever have anyone aboard the ship.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like an easy fix. Is everyone ready to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Are you that upset about me leaving, Zach, that you don't want to travel with anyone?
Sam just goes to the cockpit and sits down. Starts doing the pre-flight checks.
Yeesh.
Is the cockpit door closed?
It would,
yes,
he would close it.
Yeah.
Take like a step forward and then closes.
Hmm.
Well, sorry guys. Didn't mean to break the party before it needed to, but
You
Well,
can't control how he reacts to it, right?
Right.
it wasn't really your fault.
you know.
This whole thing.
Also, again, everyone understands the situation. It's horrible.
Just want to let you two know though. Anything that happens, you both are welcome in my house. If there's anything you need and need to stay there for a while. You've earned that much from me. Same with you, Zach.
And likewise from me. I don't know where my house is gonna be, or where I'm gonna end up, but like I said a while ago, if you ever need any help with anything, I'll be there.
Thank you. As soon as I figure out how to use this data pad.
You're well on your way.
How many credits do we have left?
Good question.
If we're going to be jumping through maws, and also I assume if we're going right into a star, we might want some life suits, right? Like to deal with the heat and the pressure and everything.
I think I can. I think I'm okay.
You don't melt?
Hold on, I have a thing. When did I? The last upgrade I got was.
Oh yeah, you got the thermo thing installed.
I got a thermo something or other.
Because the guard's armor
Yeah.
that we like fitted into.
It protects against extreme weather and temperature, and the temperature dangers of deep space.
Okay, so you're fine against the heat. What about the pressure?
Well, probably that's the next thing I need to look at, apparently.
I'm just wondering about, because, like, we're going to fly over there, but we're going to have to get between the ship and the atmosphere of, like, Halim's home planet. So, in that period of time, which might only be like a few seconds, we are going to be basically standing next to the sun.
Apparently, I have a life suit.
Yeah?
I'm good.
Great.
Yeah, I just checked
As long as
my.
we-
I have my inventory of things written down on my data pad just to keep track of
That's
it.
smart. Okay, so you have a life suit. I don't know if this counts as a life suit. He bangs his big metal suit. He's like, I might boil.
Wait, so what are they worried about? I feel like I maybe missed.
He's worried about the pressure and the temperature from the sun, right? Well, the star, the sepulcher, right next to the planet that you guys are about to go onto. Once you get onto the planet, the atmosphere should balance itself out unless you guys have some supernatural ability to exist next to the sun.
Wouldn't
Can
we
the
land
ship-
on the planet? I'm confused.
Yeah, can the ship land on the planet?
Oh, I guess it could, yeah. Maybe.
Like we don't just jump from ships onto the planet.
Oh,
Is that what you do?
sometimes. Well, it's more. I was more concerned that,
Actually
like,
sounds fun.
fun.
can the ship hold if it's alive? Can the ship survive it? And do we have anything on the ship that stops us from getting really hot in here? Or like, do we have AC?
I don't know.
I don't think we do. I don't know what the
Yeah,
life.
do we have like special like sun shields or something? Like I'm sure Alim would know, right?
I mean, it is a ship that goes in space,
Yeah,
so
but that
It's also didn't it like actually hit the sun at one point with Zach in it? So
And seemingly survived.
yeah, but look at him.
I think he looks quite exquisite. I don't know. What
I
you're
mean,
talking about.
yeah, but have you seen his face though? Like,
What about his face?
man definitely went through something. Is all
We're
I'm
not going
saying.
into the sun. It's nearby a large sun.
Okay, well, if we start
sun.
cooking, it's your fault.
Well, maybe you should have some faith on the large, sun. It won't burn you if you're not to be judged, right? Yeah, I'm just kidding. No, I know there's
Wait,
actual
what?
science behind it as well. No, I'm just messing with you.
I have to believe in the sun now.
Well, I mean, if
think
you're
as
going to
long
live
as
with
we
us,
don't-
you probably should at least pretend to.
as long as we don't linger by the sun and go as quick as we can, I think we'll be fine.
And Vicor, when I say believe in the sun, it can also be at the simple level of the sun gives life, photosynthesis, creation. It's as simple as that, right, to some people.
You know that my whole species is about the opposite, right? Like water and the moon and,
But
the
it's-
ocean.
It's still the void of light, right?
So I should
So-
believe in the absence of the sun.
There cannot be the absence of the sun without not having the sun in the first place, yes?
It
Do you
seems
know where
very
moonlight comes from?
The moon.
That's sunlight reflected.
Okay, but what I'm talking about is how it affects the waves, like the actual gravitational pull of it.
Yeah, sure.
Helene's trying to be nice about this.
It's okay. Look, I believe the sun is real. I've seen it.
Yes, so it's without the sun, gravity and moonlight could not occur. We'd have no life because everything would be cold and lifeless. It's the beginning of all life in the universe. Simple as that.
Oh, it's just that simple.
In some cases, yes.
Dude, I just thought that maybe the sun would kill us when we got close, and I think that is probably true.
I mean, yes, you're not wrong. We're
Except
not
you.
gonna go. Yeah, I'll be mostly fine, but we're not gonna go touch the sun. That's not the goal.
Are we sure?
Yes.
You might want to when you get close to it.
Mm,
No, we're very sure.
Okay. Well, then we don't need to buy life suits. We should be fine. I'm just saying, you might want to buy life suits in general. That's all.
Aren't life suits when I bought the ship? What did I buy the ship? I bought the ship something individually.
You got
There's like-
something that would help with like jumps.
I think you got life
Stabilize
pods.
gravity, right?
Is that what it was?
Huh.
It was like I bought individual things for everyone on the ship.
You did.
The harnesses.
Oh, this is why you don't take a month in between sessions, huh?
You'll
let's see what we have here.
If I remember correctly, you got sassy with the person working there.
Well, when don't
Because
we
they're
get
like-
started?
Oh, I don't know if you
Maybe
can
a
afford
little
this.
Oh yeah, that's right. And then they got
Was
to
it
my pride of, like
jetpacks?
Could have been jetpacks.
I have a faint memory of jetpacks.
Could have been. I don't have jetpack written down at least. But there's probably a me issue.
yeah, I didn't write it down, so maybe it did exist. I don't know.
I definitely remember you messaging me privately about it, but I don't know if it was on Roll20 or on
Life.
Discord.
We buy.
Alright. This is why
We
we write
will-
recaps. Let me see.
I'm gonna figure it out. I know that we have life support on the ship for certain.
Right.
That one's definitely there.
I just wrote some equipment and medicine that would help them not feel so sick after a jump.
I have a vague feeling that there was comms was bought, but I'm not sure.
That was just life support, right? Wasn't it
No,
just
there-
life support that we bought?
There was just life support that was bought publicly by the whole group.
But that was a
Helene
while.
went
Okay.
Life support was a while ago. Life support was back
Yeah.
on Concordia.
Custodia. Concordia, yeah.
Not Custodia.
No. I
Like on
know that
Concordia.
Halim went and bought stuff.
I bought a lot of
Himself.
stuff behind the scenes. Yeah.
Okay, now come
Right.
on, Mike.
There's a fabricator on board. There's life support on board.
Right.
It might have been a shield generator.
Yes, I know one of
Oh.
them was a shield generator. I haven't.
Are-
I thought
You're
I
talking
never
about
wrote it
things that
down
happened like
sometime.
off stream.
Well, it was during stream, but not said out loud.
Well, that was, but then there was also
Okay.
on the dwarven thing that we were on. There was a person I RP'd with.
It was jetpacks. I
That was
swear
just
to God, it was
jetpacks?
jetpacks. I
Okay.
swear.
That one, yeah.
It was definitely jetpacks.
I thought they were life pods, but okay.
I don't know if you even ended up buying them, but I remember there being like a 20-minute like side thing about jetpacks, and everyone was like, "Why are we getting jetpacks?" Like,
And then
Because
they hit me
they're
with my
there.
pride, and I was like, well, yeah, I'm getting one for everyone then. Well, because I
We have
think
to
it was
bond.
the idea of like if you guys had to go on the outside of the ship or something.
Yeah.
But anyways,
But also flying and shooting. Very fun. Anyway,
Absolutely.
going back to it. Vicor just sort of shakes his head. He's like, well, I guess you guys will be fine without life suits. You can maybe share if you not in the same suit. You know what I mean. Pass it on once you're done.
Mine will not fit other people.
True.
Is there a
Really?
window into the cockpit, or is it just like a closed door?
From outside, there's a window into the cockpit. From inside, all of the walls function the same way of like if you touch them, they'll ripple and give you a
Mhm.
vision of what's on the other side. But they don't maintain a window unless Zach tells them to, basically.
Okay.
So you'd be able to like pat it and see him for a second.
I want to do that and see if Zach's doing anything other than getting the ship ready. Like, is Zach doing? Is there any sort of anguish that Zach is going through that is translating into, I don't know, stuff that other than pilot stuff.
No, unless Aaron says there is something going on. Zach is just. It doesn't even look very angry about it. He's just getting the ship ready to fly. Really. Like, pretty much, I imagine by now is done.
Yeah,
Getting ready
will
to
be.
go. Since most of the setup for flying the ship is sitting
Sit
down.
down.
Yeah.
Right.
Sit down and let the tentacle take over. Oh my god.
Sounds like a Friday night.
The only thing that is notable is that the crystals on his face are pulsing a little bit, but other than that, he just seems to be like neutral expression, just working on his getting ready to fly the ship.
Okay. Sort of in these situations when you get to know someone and there is, something's coming to an end or someone's moving away. There's not, I don't think Tao has much to say. And Tao thinks about having conversations around, remember that one time when we did this? But they don't do that. So Tao will just sit down somewhere on the ship, probably on the ground, and start watching an old Western movie. But he'll do the thing where, or they'll do the thing where they're going to hold their data pad in a position where if anyone else also wants to watch, they can as well.
Just time to sit down and watch a country movie.
Yeah.
Tacklin's gonna walk over. He's gonna watch it with him.
Nice.
Vikor joins and brings out a pile of snacks and just places them in front of everyone.
Not really old noodles, Vikor, but thank you.
No, this time it's like biscuits, mostly. Biscuits keep,
That's fair. Little do. You gotta break into it, but they keep on the inside. Yes.
Yeah, it's a
I was
little
gonna
bit.
hit pause. Are you guys gonna talk?
Oh.
No, sorry, it's fine. Go ahead.
Okay.
Maybe we shouldn't have biscuits as a snack then.
You're just missing it. You're missing it.
Sorry, rewind a little bit. It's fine.
I take back 20 seconds and put it as loud as it can possibly go.
So why is he trying to save the town?
Do you want the biscuit towel?
No, I don't eat. It's fine.
Who's that?
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go back 20 minutes. One
Okay,
moment.
great. I think I missed the start.
All right.
How'd
Okay,
you miss the
everybody
start?
ready?
No, I think so, yeah. Wait, that's that guy that's in
Vigor, please.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'll stop. He sits back. He just lets the movie play.
Okay. You're gonna love this. I promise.
Sure.
That's how it's play.
I like how it's
I think that guy's gonna die.
It's like Toy Story.
I'm
Look at
picturing
that
Tao
little
as
boy.
the kind of person who would be like, okay, shut up. The movie's there, shut up. But then whenever a cool scene goes on, if you look at this, the way he angles the gun is like...
He pauses every single scene. He's like, "Did you know that he broke his foot during this scene?"
Yep. 100%. He pauses it and talks on, or Tao pauses it and talks on their own terms.
Nobody else is allowed, though.
No, but no one else is allowed to.
Wait, so why does he... Shut up.
Stop.
Yep.
Okay, so Zach, you into the ship, and again lose your consciousness as you start flying. What is your plan? Are you planning to jump blind straight to the sepulcher? Are you planning to jump through maws?
What kind of risks are associated with jumping straight to the sepulcher?
Oh, so many, which makes it so fun, is the thing.
That's the
Gi-
wrong word.
Give me 2 seconds to get the information out.
I mean,
We
how
don't have a star
cavalier
chart or
is
anything,
Zach
right?
feeling right now?
That's why I'm asking. I think Zach's like he wants to just get this over and done with, but I don't know if he wants to get it over and done with so fast that like he would risk everyone dying because of it. So it really depends on what kind of risks there are.
Give me 2 seconds. That's way earlier in the book than I thought it was. Void jump, void jump.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when we void jump for you? Sorry.
Okay, so you can do an unassisted jump or a blind jump. It is preferable to assured death, but you can never be sure if you will jump into a star, an asteroid field, or a dangerous orbit around a black hole.
We do have a star chart. Does that do anything?
You have a star chart that guides you to Jormund.
No, I had one sent to me to go to next. Remember, I paid
Oh
for
yeah,
it
to
and
go to
everything.
Nick. You could jump. You could blind jump. You could
Oh, I
jump
guess
to Nick.
two necks. Yeah. Actually, my cat is like, it's on the way. It's like one jump further away. Can I just like
Yeah,
cut it
it's pretty
short a little
close.
bit? You know.
You could, or you could blind jump.
Can you get star charts online, or do you have to buy them physically?
You have to buy them.
Hmm.
You have the
Or-
technology though.
You have to buy them or be given them.
Are you telling me right now I can't type in star chart to the Sepulchre online free?
No,
No.
you could, but your ship would be infected probably.
Fly to the sepulchrenow.com.
There, you can buy a route for 50 gold pieces, or you can be given a territorial chart by the owners of that territory.
This one I bought it. This one I did buy the chart for. So that's one thing I did remember going back for.
To
So I
the
bought a chart for them.
to Sepulchre.
Mm-hmm.
Then you could use that.
So that's how I stumbled upon the jetpacks.
Oh, true. You did get a star chart then.
Mm-hmm.
The definite jetpacks.
Because that's what I was originally going for. I didn't care about jetpacks. And they're like, you want these? They're like 1,000 each. I'm like, okay.
Sure.
Hmm.
Which means if you use that, you would get within 10 minutes of your intended destination.
Let's go then.
That's not
Yeah.
bad at all.
Okay. It takes about an hour for the jump. During which I need you guys all, please, to roll me. Give me 2 seconds.
Is this gonna be my last Halim roll?
It could
Yeah.
be. Could be.
For now.
So like Zach turns on me and tries to fight me.
Pew, 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 pew,
Nova.
pew, pew.
Physical restraint.
Mm-hmm.
You are not going to that funeral.
If you're leaving, I'm leaving with you.
You get to see your daughter again in hell.
I need you to roll me a strength check each, please.
Strength.
Yes.
Strength check. Ooh,
Yes.
Uh-oh. My
Interesting.
strength is not good.
buddy.
That dude.
What is going on with town?
Got it.
Happening.
I forget that Zach's pretty built.
Zach is pretty built.
Yeah.
Is it
Oh,
really?
shit.
Did
Yes.
I roll a d20?
You did.
You
You just
did.
really that.
You rolled a 2
Just
again.
roll again. Roll again. We need to get you out of this jump.
It won't help you, but like, roll again.
No, I just want to see. I'm going to do another strength. The 1, of course, is the 1. But I just
Yeah.
want to...
No, you're rolling.
Okay, I'm rolling. Okay. I've not been hacked, as far as I know.
If you hover over the big number, by the way, it tells you what happened to get to that point.
By the
Just
way,
so
did
you
you
know.
guys want to tell the chat about your the rolls?
Oh yeah, we still have the 6 and the
Oh.
2 from last session, but we
Yeah.
should get that.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you would like to, you can do exclamation mark D20 and roll a D20 for us and give us rolls that we can use at any point throughout the game in replacement of a different roll. So it could replace an enemy roll, It could replace any of the roles that these players make, or it could replace a role that I make as the DM, if you would like to.
Heck yeah.
So everybody that rolled below a 12 on their strength checks
Mm-hmm.
is
was-
unable to move. While you guys are jumping for the whole hour, the pressure of the jump forces you guys down as you're being held in place. On top of that, as you are jumping, I need Tao specifically
Mm-hmm.
to roll me a Constitution save, please.
You got it. Not
Lovely.
great.
That doesn't mean anything right now. It means
Not
something to
one.
me, but
Okay.
it doesn't mean anything to you right now.
Okay, good.
And
have a
the
question.
jump goes, yes.
Just for curiosity's sake, is this like extreme gravity that's going on?
Yes. So for the jump, it is a gravity situation, but not extreme gravity. Extreme gravity is when you guys start just getting crushed by the weight of the world.
So
This is just high gravity as you guys are
I have-
jumping through.
I have iron muscles, believe it or not.
Oh, hell yeah.
I could just move around in this, I think.
Nice. So everyone else is like, "Ugh." You just get up and wander off. Objects in the area that aren't being worn or carried weigh their double usual weight, which also causes anybody that has any items on them to be doubly as heavy during this time. And if you were to fall, which I don't think any of you will in this situation, you would take double damage from it, but you're not falling right now, so you guys are okay. You guys do emerge 10 minutes away from the sepulcher, which gives you a perfect view of the core itself. And as was seen before by Halim in a portal during a combat, there is in fact a giant hole or crack inside it that has ships coming in and out from it at this point. Aviara ships specifically that are making their way in and out of this giant hole inside the sun. The hole itself has like this black and green sort of swirling energy coming out of it.
Does that mean anything to Halim? Has he ever seen anything like this?
That is not meant to happen. You've never seen anything like that before. There's no reason that the sun should ever crack because it is made of gas, as far as you're aware. So
Iona, does the swirly green and black stuff look like the stuff that leaks out of the void spell that Zach
it
has?
does.
Cool.
I can't believe Sack cracked open the sun like an egg. He's a real egg boy now.
Egg
For
boy.
Halim specifically, you recognize the flagships that are going in and out as your family's flagships that are traveling in and out of that area. Heavily reinforced as well. And then you guys make it to the planet within the next 10 minutes of travel, on which Halim comes from. The planet is a dry desert planet. Everything is arid and hot, and as soon as you guys open the doors, it blasts you this heat, but not so much that you can't handle it, just enough that it makes you very uncomfortable. Anyone that is capable of sweating will sweat at this, but obviously Hal is fine, and
Right.
Halim is accustomed to here at this point. Still feels the warmth, definitely, but doesn't get blasted by that heat the same way that everyone else does. The buildings are made of a sandstone, and they are quite simple in design, the closest to where you have landed. The further you go, they become a bit more sort of ornate and tall, and they have like rounded features and carvings, but the ones on the outside are very simple, just kind of square structures to keep people safe from the sun. and you guys are overwhelmed by visions of just swarms of Aviara traveling around this planet, going about their life as they would, traveling to and from different houses. There's a sort of marketplace in the center that is covered with like these nice thick pieces of silk that stop the sun from blasting down on them too much, held up by like very sturdy poles that look very similar in design to Halim's staff, but taller with more colored pieces to it. And the color scheme of everyone here is sort of white, blue, and gold in terms of their clothing.
Okay.
Halim, your house is about 10 minutes walk from here if you want to just start guiding people. Immediately, Vikor is uncomfortable. He is very hot and doesn't know how to handle it. His water starts getting very hot. Not enough that he needs to deal with it with a life suit like he thought, but enough that he is not happy. And he picks up the coffin and starts guiding you guys, or following you guys through this area.
We'll get you some sort of regulator, my friend. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I guess I should have expected it. Maybe we can find like ice cubes.
I want to look at Zach's face. Is the marking doing anything now that we're here?
The crystals are still pulsing the same way that they were when you took a quick look at him.
Okay.
Other than that, everything else that's on his face stays the same as it normally would.
Okay.
Zach, are you feeling any particular sort of way? Are you in deep thought? Are you sad, angry?
Zach's opened the door and he's sat like on the chair. He's expanded the chair around and he's like watching them leave, but he looks bored. Like he just wants to get going.
Are you
Want
not?
to come meet my wife?
Okay.
Get up and follow. I presume everyone's going, but if anyone stays behind, let me know.
You all are welcome.
And you guys start traveling through this desert. Immediately, it is obvious that Vikor is not built for this. The sand starts getting into his suit, and he's just having a hard time of it. He's able to carry the coffin easily enough, but he starts to get slower and slower the closer you guys get to the house as sand starts getting in between the circuitry, and just he's overheating, he's not comfortable, he's moaning the whole time. It's a really uncomfortable journey with him as he complains this entire 10-minute walk.
We can probably take it the rest of the way if you want to go back to the ship.
Well, I'm going to be staying here, so I guess I should get used to it, huh?
It's also locked. Can't go back in.
Oh, right. Well,
So I
yeah.
would just die then, probably. I would die.
Hopefully not.
Okay.
We'll
Don't be
get
so
you some
dramatic.
hand shielding and regulators. We'll
It'll be cooler inside the house, I presume. I hope.
sure.
Oh, that didn't sound so good.
I mean, we don't really have AC. You just leave the windows open. So.
But like there's shade, right?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, there's shade. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Halim, did you give your wife a heads up about what happened?
Nope.
Great.
That was inadvisable.
Yeah. I didn't think that was something to be said over a message.
That's fair.
Yeah, I didn't think about how awkward it would be for you all, actually, walking in on that. Yeah.
We'll follow your lead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if technically this isn't how the spell is used, but can I reach over and touch Vikor and cast Armor of Agathis to cover him in ice?
Sure, yeah, I'll allow it. It definitely melts away pretty quickly. because of however long the spell lasts, basically.
Mhm.
But it's enough to cool him down a little bit, as his entire body is covered in this layer of ice. And he just sort of, oh my god. Thank you so much. But you're leaving. This is a one-time thing. As you guys get closer to Halim's house, you notice that the house that he lives in is actually one of the more ornate of the town that you guys are in right now. It's a taller building. It has space for, you assume, his children and his wife and him. It has some carvings on the outside depicting various different imagery of the sun, the flagship, and on one side there is just a giant carving of the army of Aviora, which doesn't have any particular faces or anything that are notable, but it's just this giant imagery of hundreds and hundreds of men with bird heads and weapons just storming through this desert. And you guys arrive and you see this door that is just an archway with like beads hanging to give some sort of semblance of privacy. And then Vicor just kind of stops and looks at it. He's like, okay, so how are you going in first? Or are we all going?
I was waiting to cast this here and letting you kind of get used to everything. I'll cast Zone of Atmosphere at the door. It's a 60-foot radius.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
So basically destroys any substance in the area that's like toxic to the person. It also makes it a very comfortable, breathable area, regardless of the temperature outside. So they're instantly AC'd for an hour.
Oh my god.
Only lasts for an hour, so
I will love this hour.
just give me a second, all right?
Yeah.
I'll bring you in.
Someone else take the other side. And he just moves the coffin slightly back to try and make it easier.
I'll go to the other side, and I'm cycling through Avira, like funeral dirges to perhaps play once I see the door open and you know, and Halim's wife come out. I'll choose to the extent that Tao has good judgment. Tao will determine if it's prudent to play that or prudent to not play it.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I like it.
Halim, you head inside, I assume.
Yeah.
As you make
and I would even assume, like, if he looks inside and she's not there, I think he would even bring them inside the house to put the coffin inside as well.
Okay.
And, like, stay, like, just on the inside. So that's the way they're not just standing outside with the coffin, because it's very awkward.
As you guys head back into this, for some reason my camera has gone down. I'm very bamboozled. When you guys head inside, you do notice that she is not, in fact, there right now. She's either upstairs or not in the building at all and is off doing something during her day. You have no idea, really. But she is not in the building, and therefore you can take your coffin and your friends inside, out of the view of everyone else. People have started to give some looks as you guys have traveled through town.
Like a hood up, mask up.
Nobody can fully recognize who you are. They just know that you are wearing the right clothing for this area, and therefore bowing their heads in respect, assuming that this coffin is being brought here for a reason. As it gets closer to the house, people start to widen their eyes with concern. But nobody.
Question, are we living here incognito, or do the people around here know who we are? Because I'm kind of somewhat of an outcast, right?
You are an outcast indeed. The house is known for being the family house of people that are quite important, but it's not like the house that everyone lives in at this point. Nobody would come here looking for the people that you would know they would come looking for. They just know that this is like where they grew up. So there's still a bit of a, like, if you see a coffin being brought there, people start getting concerned, but nobody's being like, you're definitely such and such because you're going to this building.
Makes sense.
Nobody approaches. They watch as you guys walk over, and then they go back to going about their day. You get inside this building. It's a nice building. The stuff inside it's well crafted. It's comfortable. It's well lit. It's colorful inside here. There is obvious trinketry regarding having children at some point in this house. Little dolls and toys and such. Very small mini versions of weapons that aren't actually sharp or anything that people have played with. Um, do you need me to restart my camera by any chance? I will do that real quick. Did that fix it?
That's why I messaged you.
That's fine. As you get back inside, so there's food and herbs and things all around this room. All these sorts of things that are being dried out for eating. There's like dried meats that are being hung and herbs that are being dried to be then used in cooking later on. But it doesn't seem as though anybody happens to be in the house right this second. There's the remnant smells of some incense that may have been burned maybe an hour or two ago. But other than that, it doesn't seem to be any indication that anyone is inside the house right now.
We go upstairs and everything. No one's there.
Yeah, as you go upstairs, you notice that there is a bag on the bed that is half packed, but otherwise, nobody there.
Does that seem odd?
Oh, that it seems unusual. Yeah, it seems like maybe you could look at it in multiple different ways. You could either go immediately to panic and think that someone was halfway through packing and then didn't get to finish packing because something happened, or you could go to the a more relaxed thought process of maybe they realized they were missing something and went off to go and get it from somewhere else or went shopping or something. Either way, someone was packing a bag and didn't get to finish packing said bag.
He'll cast locate object with a 3rd level spell because he's freaking out a little bit for her wedding ring.
Okay.
Salim getting left right now.
So her wedding ring. What's the range on that?
It's 10 minutes, 1,000 feet. So I'm just
Okay.
thinking like if she's somewhere in the house or she's at a local shop.
As far as you can tell, she is not within that 1,000 feet range.
Interesting. Is there social media here?
There is social media within the verse, but within here specifically, maybe not as much.
I would like to look at their data pad and see if anybody's talking about something. There's like a subject going on and that
Trending.
Trending topics.
Yeah.
In this area, the trending topics are more or less the sun is cracking.
Okay.
Then it quickly diverts onto all of the important people that we need are too busy for us. There seems to be some sort of like uprising-y type thing going on where people are upset with the leadership here.
Okay.
And the last thing that comes up is that they're trying to see if there's a way that they can seek solace within the star. Now that it is cracked open, is it possible to live inside it? And there's like all these theories kind of
got it
being thrown around about what it could be.
I will pass that info along.
Yeah, I'll come back down to you guys. Just she's out at the moment. I apologize.
You should look at this.
And then I'll show Halim what those trending topics are and what people are talking about.
Does this sound familiar?
I mean, no, this is not normal. So, I mean, I've seen that crack before, but just recently through. He points at Zach. Your void thing opened up a view to the sun. I saw that crack. But you need any of you have any sort of sending or anything?
Afraid not.
No.
I didn't think so.
She's got to come back eventually, right?
Yeah, of course.
Alim, is your family involved in the leadership here?
Very much so, actually. Well, in the military.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hal's gonna take a peek outside and see if anyone has sort of gathered around, if there's any onlookers
Okay.
into
As
the
you
house.
do so, there's a small crowd of people that have kind of gathered around.
Okay.
Mostly just they saw you walk in with a coffin and then haven't moved away yet. They're all just sort of lingering.
Okay. Tao's gonna peek back inside.
We have some looky-loos outside. If you don't mind, I'm just gonna stand outside and make sure things stay in order.
Yeah, actually, if you guys want to get going and not get involved, I understand. I don't want to put you all in danger. I'm sure she's just out, but I'll have to look more into it if she doesn't come back. She's safe. No one's going to harm her. Um, yes, I mean you're welcome to stay, but again, I don't mean to drag you into politics here.
I don't necessarily want to get involved in the long-term goings on of what's happening here, but right this moment, I'd like to make sure that we leave you in as safe of a situation as we're able to.
Right. Yeah, I'll give it like the 5-10 minutes until a spell ends, just to see. Does she just come back?
She's wanders in. Hello, everyone. At the end of the 10 minutes, a small sort of ping kind of pops up right on the very edge of the distance, way towards the north of the city, which is getting closer to the more militarized districts of the area.
During that 10 minutes, can I head outside?
Yeah, sure.
I just want to go to one of the people looking.
Yeah, they immediately look at you as you come outside.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, hello?
Hello?
Why are you watching this house?
We are curious about who the coffin is for.
Oh, there's already a person in it. It's not for anyone.
No, we understand. We are worried about who is inside the coffin, sir.
Oh. Why?
And you see, this is the family of the chief of the military. He is busy right now, but if there is a family emergency, if someone is to die, he would have to come back.
Hmm. Right.
So should we go and get him?
Probably not right now. I assume that he can handle it. No?
Who?
Points towards the man inside the house that you saw.
The man?
Go do something else.
The robot man?
No.
The little man?
You've mentioned every man apart from the man I'm referring to.
I assumed that it was a priest.
Would the priest not be able to handle that?
Perhaps. We would like to help. We are hoping. I apologize if we are intruding. We're trying to be helpful.
From behind, you see Tao walking towards where Zach is, and you ever seen the whatever military shows where if someone has body armor on, they're like holding the top of it. That's like their resting position, right?
Yeah.
That's Tao's walking over, like kind of like those vibes.
Do you know? Excuse me. Do you know? You know who lives here? Yes.
Yes.
Do you by chance know where Mrs. The lady of the house is?
Do you know the people that live here?
I know one of them.
And not to be rude, but we do not know you. And to give the location of someone that is so important to our people to a stranger.
Okay, ma'am, I'm just here trying to get to the bottom of things. We're just trying to help.
Halim
We're
eventually
just
walks up.
trying
My friends. It's all right. It's we are returning one of the bodies of the people of the Amets. I'm sure you all mean well, but we're trying to give the family privacy. If you all.
Everyone goes, oh, writes it down on their data.
Right.
Right. So you don't need us to go and find Fikri?
No,
No?
I'm they're over there. I'm sure to the north. Yes.
Oh. Yeah, well, Fikri is not.
No, of course not. But Salah?
Yeah, Salah should be over there, probably. I imagine she would say goodbye to Nura.
Fantastic. Why don't you cook a meal? Maybe bring it back for them in about 12 hours or so. I'm sure they'll be needing assistance.
Okay.
But it's a hard time for everyone.
Of course.
But may the blessings of the sun be upon you all, of course.
Blessings on you too. And they slowly start to make their way away from you, start whispering to each other about it.
Yeah.
I did say that like 4 times that they.
Yeah, no, Kendra's the worst. She's like the worst gossip in the town.
Oh,
Don't worry about them.
Damn it,
Sorry.
Kendra.
Yeah, just don't worry about them. It's fine.
okay.
Sally over there too. Just once she gets you in, she's gonna try and feed you and then get all the gossip out. Anyways, I felt a ping. Let me go. Actually, let me go grab her.
Okay.
You guys want to stay here? Or you come with?
Someone should stay with the coffin.
I can
Yeah,
do that.
I figured VCore is gonna stay within the AC.
Okay.
Yes.
Igor, if anyone comes back, don't be weird.
I'm never
Just be
weird.
normal.
Yeah,
Okay.
VCore, let no one inside except for us.
Okay. And he like stands up and gets into a defensive position.
I stay with Vico.
The bird just kind of tilts its head at Zach.
Oh.
Really?
Even fire doesn't like it.
Damn.
Ouch.
Okay. Just flies over to him.
Kind of in the same way
God.
that Zach was like, "Oh, I'm Matt." He's like, "Oh, Pyra." Okay.
All right, of course.
But yeah, Akeem's gonna take off towards where he last felt the ping. Before
Okay.
it cut out.
It's about a 10-minute walk again through the desert, but you guys arrive at this heavily walled off militarized outpost where there are no ships actually parked up. Normally it's filled with ships. Currently there is nothing. And one large building which houses the people that are back from a trip before heading out again. It is filled with scrolls of paper with the written word of the sun. It is filled with staffs and weapons. It is filled with food and drink for the people that have returned, and very simple beds. The intention of this building is more or less to get people in and out as fast as possible to go off and continue their mission. There is, however, a group of people kind of over here, one of which is, in fact, the wife that is in question. And the other people that are around are, again, just sort of high and mighty Aviara men and women that are wearing, like, they're embellished in this sun symbology. They've got, like, their weapons are shined and golden and ready to go out into the field. They look like they are in their prime when it comes to their physical condition. And they are currently just saying something quietly to Halim's wife as you guys approach over.
Do I see Nora as well?
Roll me a perception check real quick. Do. Oh, that took forever to come through. 15. Okay. Yes, you are able to see Nora, but she looks a little bit different from how you last remember her looking. She is now a little bit more chiseled, battle-hardened. She is a little bit larger than she was the last time you saw her.
Splash water and
Oh, big lady. The most notable thing that has changed on her, however, would have to be that she is now missing an eye completely. She has a empty socket that is not covered by anything, with a giant deep scar that goes right across it. And she's currently, like, holding her big staff in the, like, crevices of her arms behind her back as she's talking to someone, looking kind of down on them. She is a very big woman in this conversation. She is, like, maybe half a foot to a foot taller than her mother. And she's looking down and talking to her.
man. And how many military are here?
Roughly about, if Nora is included, about 7 or 8. And
We
then
can
your
take 'em,
wife.
guys, right? Yeah, we can take
Yeah,
them.
for sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
Easy. Of course.
I don't know what he would do. Are there guards there, or are they just kind of like it's an open place to kind of walk into?
It's open to walk into because if you live here, generally speaking, you're on the same mission that everyone else is on. And if you are anybody that is a threat, there's almost always at least 5 to 6 people here that would be able to deal with you, quote unquote, if you were to do anything
Hubris.
inappropriate. So the 7 or 8 people that are there right now would be enough as a sort of defense in the eyes of the Aviara for this area. This is just one of many outposts as well.
Shouldn't we just walk up and say hello? That's how conversation usually starts, no?
Usually.
Like I said, I'm not sure how I'm going to be received by those of rank.
Why are we here then? I'm confused. Shouldn't we just wait until she goes home?
I points to the other one. She goes, "That's my other daughter."
Psycho's nice.
Hot.
Oh, the big one.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
Hmm. Oh, sure love you guys. All right. Am I within 60 feet of Nora? Or not of Nora, of Sala?
Yeah, I would say so. Unless
I'm
you would
gonna-
like to be further away.
I'm gonna cast a first level spell, and it's gonna be healing word, but it's gonna be of like a whisper of like an intimate like word of love to her, sort of like something that like they would know between them, of like between their marriage. So like only he would know.
Hi, pickle.
Yeah, exactly.
That
Hey,
sort of
cupcake.
idea.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Okay.
girl.
She immediately sort of like straightens up while she's having this conversation with everyone and then starts to look around. She notices the group of ragtag people standing behind them and sort of assumes that the one that has a mask on is probably the one that sent this message to her and excuses herself from the conversation and politely makes her way over to you guys. She is one of the few people that you have seen on this planet so far that is not wearing like militarized clothing of some kind. She's wearing like a soft dress type thing, like a toga almost, and then the hood over her head to keep herself from the sun. But she is not wearing like the blacks, the blues, and the golds that the military uniforms all have. And she walks over and she just kind of bows her head to you guys. She's like, "My dear."
Is anyone looking from the others?
The group is kind of looking over. Nobody's
Yeah.
approaching. Nobody's making any moves, but they're
Enough
watching.
to be like, why is she called
Yeah.
over, sort of thing. Yeah. He'll like embrace her like formally as like a priest would to like a villager.
Okay.
But be like, yes, my dear, I'm back, and I don't know how much danger I am in being back. So
Dream, by the way.
thank you, Zachary. This is Zach and Tao and Declan.
Ma'am.
A pleasure, I assume.
It is not.
Should we go home? If you are worried about your safety. And she just sort of doesn't fully glance behind her, but glances towards the people.
Would Nora? Is she with our son?
She is. She's signing up, but she's not part of it yet. But as far as I know, as far as I've spoken to her, she does not fully agree with him. So you may yet be safe.
Again, I don't care about myself. I just don't want to bring you trouble. Can you go to her, ask her to come to the house alone, so I can talk to you both in private?
Of course. How about you head home, and we'll be there soon.
Like just squeezes her hand. Yeah.
And she bows her head to everyone, just sort of. I hope that we meet under better circumstances.
Of course.
Goodbye for now. And she turns around and goes back to Nora and the group.
Sal's a boss, yeah. That's why I married her.
Hell yeah. And you guys start heading back to the house?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably take them all back there.
Okay. As you arrive, Vikor stops you in the doorway and then notices it's you and just sort of, sorry, come on in.
Come on.
Lets you all inside.
Yeah, 30 minutes. Go sit down.
He basically starfishes on the ground at that point, enjoying what he can of the weather that he has. Maybe 5-10 minutes later, they definitely followed pretty quickly. The two women appear in the house. Nora taking the back of the two, and they both enter in. What is well,
He'd take
first
off his
of all,
mask and put in everything.
she sort of awkwardly shuffles in and starts going over to start brewing a tea. Nora looks over the group and just sort of, who are you?
You are large.
Yes. You should answer me.
Oh, I'm Zach.
Why are you in my house, Zach?
I really don't know, if I'm being honest. I was just told to come here.
No, they're our guests. They are ones that saved me and helped me along my way. They're good people.
Did they bring you back?
In sorts.
I fly the ship.
Did you convince him to come back, is what I'm asking.
Oh,
No.
Hmm.
My dear, maybe tea can wait, actually.
And she just sort of stops in the middle of it and puts it down, turns around. Why?
I brought Halima home.
Oh, great. She looks around. She notices
But
the coffin, but doesn't.
I failed her.
How? Her eyes widen a little as she looks at the coffin now.
I'm sorry to ambush you all like this, but she was on Concordia, and she wanted off. We were going to bring her back, and I was not there to defend her when a scuffle and a fight occurred at a place she shouldn't have been at.
Nura scoffs when he says, I wasn't there to defend her.
I know I failed you as well, Nora. But I am here. No. I know I'm Halima. Halima wanted to stop all of this. Your brother, my father. But she wasn't ready. And neither are you. Please stay with me. Stay with your mother. We can bury your sister. Grieve. And heal. And I promise you, when our tears stop falling, give you my word, I'll step up and do what I did not before. But do not go blindly into battle with rage.
You're saying that you will join again?
If that's what it takes to take down this war machine from the inside.
She looks over the others in the room and just sort of, are you staying for the funeral?
They have business elsewhere, I think.
Of course they do.
They're good people. They made her this. They've respected her rights. They were her friends.
But none of you were there to defend her?
There was one, but they were young as well. This is my failure, not theirs.
Hmm. And are you staying for tea?
E-
I don't actually drink tea.
We are. We'll stay. We'll have a
Yes.
cup of tea.
You have chosen very strange companions in your time.
Chosen is a heavy word, but yes, over time I did choose them. We were all forced together in one way, but I think fate brought us together for a reason. Nora, you want to do good, don't you?
Hmm. Doesn't everyone?
Well, Fikri and my father, they've lost their way.
They think they are doing good.
Do you think they're doing good?
No.
This one shares our power, and he points at Zach, but from a different way.
You follow
Through
the
his
sun.
powers, I saw what was happening to our son when we were halfway across the galaxy.
So you are a messenger,
I click
then?
I click for Paya to come fly back on my shoulder.
It flies past her. She just sort of steps out of the way as it lands on your shoulder.
I don't have a message.
She raises an eyebrow and just looks back to Halim.
I think all of us are stumbling in the dark right now, trying to find answers.
Ironic.
It's a little bit, yes.
Mother, make the tea. She
Oh.
looks at her.
I'll make it. I'm sorry for putting all this on you. But I
She
thought you
takes a seat.
deserved to say goodbye to your daughter.
The mother just sort of quietly shuffles over and takes a seat where Halim was as he gets up and just sort of gently puts a hand on his arm as he's walking past, gives a gentle stroke, and then sits down. She just sort of, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be much of a host right now.
You don't need to do anything.
Right. I presume that you are not from our faith, or you don't know the ways of our people.
Alim has taught us some of the ways.
Oh, that's nice to hear. Well, I would offer you food and shelter for the day, but I hope you don't mind. And she just sort of swallows and then glances down to the coffin. Um,
Of course.
could I'm if you don't mind. And she just sort of stands and starts to head upstairs. I'll be a moment. And she pitter-patters her way up the stairs. Nura sits down across from everyone, just crosses her arms, and looks at everyone individually.
Can I help you?
I don't know, can you bring people back from the dead?
I've never tried, but I don't imagine so.
So you return after years, and not only to show us your disappointing failures, but also to bring us a corpse.
Brings the cup of tea back out. Would you rather me never tell you what happened to Halima? Is
No,
that what a better father would be?
better father would have been here.
I was looking for answers.
You were running away.
No. I
She
was
did.
looking for answers. What I ran away from was my duty to you all and the son when I joined my father. When I lived my post at the sepulchre, thinking I'd hide away. That was me running away. Me looking for what the sun showed me. It was difficult to leave you, and I missed you every single day. And he like opens up his data pad and he like just shows like the pictures that he looks at every day. The many of pictures of the kids when they're younger. And Tacklin, you now look at him like he knows how to use a data pad. Like what the heck?
He's known for a while.
This has been the hardest thing I've ever had to do. But that's not the way. Whatever they're doing, the son wanted me to find something else, and I think it's in these people.
She looks back to the group. These people.
I don't know how, and I don't know when. But yes, they've already done so well already, and have shown me the true heart of their character.
The timing on that. True heart of the character leaves the call. Hello.
Welcome back.
Damn, that
Oh
was
yeah.
The
poetic.
timing.
Did I just get banished by my daughter? That's weird. Isn't it?
She said,
That's weird.
quiet.
I've seen the heart of their characters.
Anyways, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, but yes, they saved a civilization. They stopped terrorist attacks. They've been searching for the heart of who they are, of why they're here. They're on a journey that I think can help our people as well. You-
Have any of you found an answer to who you are?
Not even close.
I mean, that's what life is, isn't it?
Can I say, though, that your husband is very brave?
Okay.
Nope.
That's my daughter.
Oh.
I know we all look alike. My
My
Oh, sorry.
mother went upstairs.
Sala's upstairs. Yes.
Your father is very brave.
Sorry, is Sack doing the like thing like physically? Am I
Yeah.
sitting next to him? Can I like elbow him slightly?
Sure, yeah. You get elbowed in the side as you're
Why
doing
did
your
you
reaction.
elbow me? Do I need to? I'll stand up and.
Stop.
Oh, sorry. Zach stands up and like moves out of the way because he thinks that there's not enough room on the chair.
Of course I will.
I love you guys.
Sit down.
I. Yes.
Wow.
I really don't know what to say right now, but I feel like I have to say something. Could you keep looking at me?
I'm expecting one of you to have something profound that will make me realize that this is all for a reason.
Oh no, I think Halim's did fail quite hard. I think that Zol being here trying to convince you of something is stupid, because your sister is dead and that doesn't really change anything. We are just people that you have never met before. I think that this whole exercise is a bit futile, but if I keep saying that, then Tacklin's gonna hit me again. I really think that we should probably just leave for a little while, but Halim is as good of a friend as I've ever had because I don't particularly know anything. And these people are the people that I know, and I don't know if I like them or not, but I know them. Um, so in summary, yeah, I am sorry for your loss. I liked Halima, and I know that. So I wish what happened to her hadn't have happened, but I think it's naive for anyone to think that what we're doing here is helping at all and not just making it worse.
Have you mourned her?
I don't think I can. Because I don't think I can accept that she's gone yet.
Hmm.
It seems strange. I saw her that morning and she was playing games, and then I didn't see her again. And that is not. I don't really understand death. Uh, I've killed a lot of people,
Hmm.
and I've never seen this side of death, if that makes sense.
The effects of the people that are left behind?
Yes. But it never really affected me until now, personally, and I don't particularly know how to process that, so I don't know if I can focus on mourning her if I can't focus on a new feeling. And now we're flying all over the verse, and we keep having to keep moving, and I just want to be alone, if I'm being honest. I just want to not have everyone around, and I want to focus, and I want to be me, but I don't know how to be me, because everyone just keeps looking at me.
Okay, I
And just looks away.
understand.
Yeah.
I do want to be alone. So, we are the same. There, anyway.
Why don't I put you all up in a house if you wish to stay? If you wish to go, you're free to go. But if you want to stay for a funeral, you can.
When will it be? Do we know?
Soon. Unfortunately, it means that my brother is going to have to come home, and my grandfather. But
You may
as
not
soon
want to
as
be
they
here for that.
we will have a ceremony. So, they are on a flagship in the sepulchre right now, so to get information to them, to get them back, maybe a couple of days.
I want it to be known that I would like to be there, but I don't think it is
I agree.
respectful, if that makes sense. I don't. I'm not from here. I didn't know Halima as much as I cared about her. I think being there would be disingenuous, and I think I would just mourn in my solitude, and then maybe visit. I don't know if you have graves or anything, but visit afterwards in my own time.
I suppose it depends on. Do we think that the sun will return her to us?
There's always a chance.
Because well, what I would suggest is, as of recently, it has been better to just give the bodies back to the sun, burn them, and if we think that there is any way that the body will be returned to us by the sun, then we shouldn't burn it because that would be harder. But then we have.
I don't know if I could send my daughter away. I want her near me.
We can get a casket. A better one.
It's sentimental, but all right. We'll get an
Oh.
obelisk and we'll bury her near.
Whatever you both just, or whatever the three of you decide. I'll gesture to Halim's wife upstairs. I am in agreement with Zach that it would be disrespectful and a needless distraction for us to be here for the funeral.
And if my brother and father, or if my son and father are coming, then I don't want to put you in any needless danger as well.
Hmm. Yes, perhaps it is best that you leave.
Of course.
After your tea. She gestured
Right.
to it on the table. I may need to go and start organizing contact.
Thank you, Nora.
She stands up, puts her empty cup of tea on the table, and just sort of looks to you all as if she was going to say something, doesn't say anything, and walks out, back off the northern direction that you guys were before.
Yeah.
I think Al would. I think Zach would head out like right afterwards. Like literally as she's leaving, he would probably just follow her out, but go in the opposite direction back to the ship.
Off to the ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Farewell, Zach.
Zach just nods as he exits.
Tao will drink the tea this time. And then before they leave, we'll hand Halim like a data chip, like the equivalent of a USB drive.
On here are my 35 favorite Western movies. They're numbered. Watch them in the order that they're numbered. There's also a World War II movie called Patton. You can watch that anywhere in there. It's largely inaccurate, but it's still a very good movie.
Thank you, Tal. I will treasure this and study it. Thank you.
Good.
As the, I guess, former chaplain or whatever my role was on the ship, keep him safe as much as you can.
Of course.
And I know you'll find the answers you want.
I know too.
You're a good one.
Tao will tip their hologram hat and make my way out.
Okie doke.
Declan's also going to walk out shortly after that. He doesn't have anything to give Halim, certainly not a list of movies.
Aline will go up and give Tacklin a hug, though.
Oh.
You've been a
I'll
good
take it.
friend. Thank you for showing him consciousness and a good heart. Both of them.
I don't think there's been much of that yet.
You might not be as vocal as I am, but your presence is felt. And I've seen the changes in them because of you.
That's nice to hear.
Sorry
Thanks
for
for being
bringing you guys into an awkward family reunion, but it means everything that you are at my side.
Please don't worry about it. Thank you for being around, and I hope to see you again one day.
Yeah, don't be a stranger. I'll reach out to
Take
you guys
care.
when I'm ready.
Thank you.
Is Vicor staying behind?
Yeah. He sort of,
Okay.
during this whole interaction, has stood up and gone to the door, but he's not leaving. He's just watching you guys
Okay.
walk out.
Biko, you know I'm tapped out for the day. In like 30 minutes, that's going to end, and you're going to be out
No,
again.
no, please don't. Please.
I'm just letting you know, if you want to leave, this is your chance.
No, I'm here to help.
All right, come with me, buddy, and I'll take him to a local shop. I'll try and find like a Tacklands engineering shop, just to try and get him like sand proofed, and like maybe a little regulator AC unit.
Amazing. And the other three of you start heading back to the ship. As you guys are walking out, Halim, you notice, like, you just kind of watch to see them leaving. The vision that you're seeing of them walking back to the ship is very similar to a vision that you have seen before, that you have in your head, and you're just sort of like taken aback by that for a second, and then you go and take Fikor off to the store to go and get his upgrades. You guys all make it back to the ship. Does anybody want to do anything in particular before we start wrapping up the session and get ready for chapter 2 of this campaign? Are we just getting dropped off at a random planet?
Well, yeah, I guess clarifying where I keep doing it. Zach is leaving everybody.
You have the whole verse to go to.
You have the whole verse. Looking at the map right now.
You're currently at the core, pretty much. Just outside.
Right. I mean, Tau is pretty nomadic, so they would absolutely go wherever Tacklin's going, because Tacklin's right now the closest that Tau can get to like the information that they need.
Zach, you're gonna be fine on Nyx?
Yes, as fine as I would be anywhere else, I imagine. Although I wonder why they call it Nyx. Is it always dark there? I don't like the dark.
I'd assume they have lights.
Then I should be fine.
I know you said you want to be alone, but I just want to make sure anyway.
You have made sure.
Look, the same thing that I said to Liam goes for you too. If you need anything at all, you can message. Just say the word.
Thank you. I assume you have to go back to Concordia, where your shop is.
Well, the shop kinda got uprooted.
True. Perhaps back to Yormond. But I'd really like not have to fly all the way back to fly all the way back out here. But I will.
I think I know where I want to go. And maybe Tao wants to come? When was the last time you were back at the foundry?
I don't
You
know
got word
that
on it?
I don't know that I've been there socially since I was
Since I was born.
created.
Because I think that without having messaged further, I gotta find out more from this chat room, but without knowing that, I think the foundry might be our best bet if we want to find Proxy.
Let's do it.
Where is the foundry?
It's a good question.
Well, the foundry specifically that Tao was born in moved and is no longer in the Dwarven Conclave, and nobody knows where it is. But
Uh-oh.
there are other foundries that have popped up since then
Okay.
that have not been made by anyone. They just appeared one day, and everyone's kind of been like, okay. And they're at there is one in the Lakshay Empire. There is one just outside of Kemet, which is north of the Dwarven Conclave. And there is one down near Sol in the Dead Magic Zone.
Near or in?
Near, not in the planet, like around it, sort of like the mountain was.
I see.
From what I can tell, is it honestly, unless you're going to the one at Seoul, it's probably just best if I take you one jump away and then you get passage wherever you're going. I can give you credits for it. I'm not going to leave you stranded. It's just
Yeah, that's fine. We could
Thank
do
you.
that.
That sounds good to me. I don't know if I'm gonna be received well at the foundries.
It's okay. You got me.
One of you'll be received well, right? Probably.
This is like Gimli and Legolas going off on their side adventure, and I love it. I'm so here for this.
Okay, so we can wrap up the session there, I think, with the knowledge that Zach will at some point drop those two off
I'll probably drop them
nearby.
off at Rast. It looks like I don't know what that place is like, but I assume it's a bit more friendly than the Sepulchre is.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
You'd hope so.
Still not perfect, but better.
Yeah.
We'll take better. We'll take better.
You don't get perfect with the prices they're paying.
Exactly. And Rast is very close to a mall, which makes it easy to be able to jump to wherever you need to get to in the verse. So Zach will have taken you to Rast, dropped you off, and given you some credits to get to one of the various foundries, whichever one you prefer.
Great.
Zach will have continued on to Nyx. Halim will have stayed at the Sepulchre. And that is the end of chapter 1 of Among the Atoms, which is going to then be followed by a 6-month gap afterwards. Where
Real
you
time.
guys, real time. We're not playing for another year. No, that you guys, I need you to tell me within the next week, before next session, what your characters will have done for that 6 months. And I will
Okay.
obviously be able to tell you if there's anything you would have found out. For example, if you guys are going to the foundry, I can say what you guys would have found there and where you would have gone from there.
I assume you want it in like the
Absolutely
next
fine.
half week so you can actually do that stuff and not
Well,
like
yeah,
be doing it
Right.
as
last
soon
minute.
as possible is the best, but I understand obviously life is in the way as well. We will hopefully be here next week with the start of chapter 2, unless
Mhm.
for whatever reason the stuff that we're doing in between in the 6-month period needs a little bit of extra time, and then we'll definitely be there the week after to start chapter 2. Thank you all for being here, everyone that is here. Thank you for letting us have a slightly shorter session this week, even though it's not much shorter than usual. And we will see you with the start of chapter 2 very, very soon, with a time jump and possibly new characters. Maybe, possibly. Thank you very much. And I guess we should maybe try and raid someone if anyone's online.
Ratsky is live, probably Ratsky.
Sure.
Ooh, nice.
Just because I don't think there's many people like in my little recommended channels. There's like not really anyone that we could drop off at anyway. So
Yeah.
Next
fine.
time you see Halim, he's just in a
Is that not-
V-Core
that's not
suit,
right.
and V-Core's nowhere to be found.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Hey, just to
What do you
clarify,
do?
just to
V-Core?
clarify before we jump, like there is a chance that there'll be like different, like you can switch characters or whatever now if you would want to.
Yep, anybody that would like to can switch a character if they don't like their character, if they want a new one, if whatever reason. For Halim, maybe it'd be easiest to have a new character for a while, sort of thing. But if you don't
Who
want
knows?
to,
6
you can
months,
see
we'll see.
people.
6
Yeah,
months.
6 months.
Okay.
Cool.
Let's raid. Bye bye.
Bye.